There we go. Nice little pot of eaters is what we're into.
Oh, here we go. I just got this one, and again, game on. Tell everybody goodbye, right? It's time to go back. Hey everybody, I'll tell you what, I cannot believe I got that weasel, and look at what it did to the pole barn. Holy moly. Got the hole all fixed back up. Man, oh man. That thing I thought for sure was gonna come out one of these other holes, but it did not. You know, and the part about having all the birds that I have, I gotta keep an eye on these varmints because they'll definitely kill a lot of my birds. I definitely put some hurt on them for sure. Got them right in the head. Man, you went absolutely flying. Until next time, thanks for joining us here on Living Like Larry.
Nice shop you got here. Found the place okay? Yeah. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Finally hooked up.
Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's show. Up doing some crappie fishing with somebody new this week, you know, which is pretty cool. Rick, let's tell them who you are and what you got going.
Rick Connors from Star Prairie, Wisconsin. We got a nice crappie here. Finally hooked up. Been a tough morning. We've been battling some conditions, but we think we're gonna get her going. So yeah, nice eater to start off with.
Hey Rick, what's your opinion on crappies? We're in the, we're in the early fall. Water temperatures are still up into that 60-degree mark. Do you believe that crappies actually the meat gets soft and when the water's warm?
These 10.5, 11 inches to start out with, they don't seem to change.
No,
they're
not at all. You hear people say about fish getting soft in the summer. I really don't believe that. You know, like Rick was saying, maybe the large fish, like today we're targeting crappies, but anytime you're catching crappies that for eating quality, I like to keep them right around that 10 to 12 inch range. Anything under or over that, I like to let go. One thing that I've always done, and I always do with my fish, is once I clean them up, I always put them in some ice water and let them stiffen up a little bit before I freeze them back up. I've never tasted a bad fish as long as they were taken care of.
When you're fishing cribs, another little tip is to use about 8-pound test if you're using braid, especially with these spoons, so you can really feel them down there and everything that's happening, like bumping the crib. And bend your hooks out just a hair on all your lures. That way when you catch the crib, or if you do catch a crib getting too close to get those ones that are tight in there, you can straighten that hook out a little bit, still get it without losing your lure and get it back.
Here we go. On the silver minnow. Not a giant crappie, but that's about on the spectrum as about as small as I'll keep them to eat, but still not bad. We just had a pretty good cell go through here, had a little bit of thunder and lightning go through. It wasn't horrible, but the key to catching fish is all about the temperament. And when you have different things happening, especially when it comes to different weather conditions, you need to change your cadence. Like before this cell came in, I was popping it, let it glide. Now that this came in and these fish got tighter into these cribs, obviously to hide, I basically am just twitching that shiver minnow. Twitch. As soon as I did it, boom, and look at how he engulfed that shiver minnow.
A lot of times I'll drop mine down and instead of using a bobber, use just a slip knot. And you use that and you watch it. In accordance with colored line, a lot of times you can see the bite. And when you drop right back down, it's in the same spot. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, a little eater. Nice gills. We get a lot of them that size and bigger. A lot of the lakes that don't have much for weeds in them. There's another one. Little guy again.
Little guy looks a little bigger than the last one.
Yeah, he's
got a fighter going on now.
He's fighting, but he's not too big.
Okay.
He's not bad.
Not horrible, right?
Connor's keeper.
The old Connor's keeper. Keepers, creepers, it's Connor's keepers.
Larry, try a piece of worm on the bottom of your jigging Rap. Jump right in this hole too. I know a lot of people always say about fishing in your spot or moving in your spot when it goes, but the little trick is to keep them fired up. Use a nice little half piece of worm there to get them going, like that. I'm moving in your spot.
There you got her. The old gill.
Gills.
That's kind of the cool part about using a glide bait like this too, is you never know what you're gonna catch on it. And that time I didn't even have a worm on the bottom of it, and that gill just absolutely slurped that up. The neat part too about, you guys, I'm a huge shiver minnow, shiver spoon kind of guy. These smaller, these double aughts like that are perfect size for panfish right there. Here we go. This one feels a little bit better. That's not getting there. Again, I'm going without using bait now on that little shiver minnow. Definitely starting to connect with these gills. You just don't think of a lot of times using a bait like a shiver minnow for bluegills and crappies, but sometimes it can be the key bait. There we go. That's a better fish, huh?
He's pulling. We're into a nice little pot of eaters is what we're into.
Here's the funny thing too, and Rick was kind of talking about this before, is that last crib we were on is only 20 feet away from this crib. And most of them fish on that crib were, like 6 to 8 inches. Now we're in this pretty solid 8, 7.5 to almost 9 inches, So it is, these fish are definitely schooled to size. I tell you what, we've seen plenty of fish, and sometimes there's just days where you have to keep adjusting, and that's the biggest thing when it comes to fishing. Fishing tournaments for almost 9 years full time. I've said this many a times, I've never fished a tournament across the country where there wasn't one guy or a group of guys that came in with really good baskets. So it basically tells you this real simple fact: they're always biting somehow, some way. So the deal is to keep changing until you can get it dialed in. Nice gills, really nice gills. There we go.
Yeah.
Now we're getting somewhere. Just kind of changed and came off the cribs. That's the interesting part too, is that really tried to tell the difference between, is that weeds with no fish or is that weeds with fish?
Doing some crib moving here, and we finally found a pretty good school. Say, let's go get on those and see what can happen now.
One of the key things I'd learned a long time ago when it comes to fall fishing, typically late morning, early afternoons are usually the best time frame, because what it happens is that, especially when you get sun, that temperature starts warming up a little bit, and you really won't see a big difference in the water temperature. It might be less than a degree warm up, but that makes a night and day difference. So when it comes to fall fishing, it's one of the things, if you're not an early riser, you're better off just coming out a little bit later and fishing later in the day. Again, most of your best bites are going to be late morning, early afternoon. We still have not consistently found the crappies. Bluegills, yes. And they're getting bigger.
They're starting to get there.
Let's talk, Rick, about why you would use a spoon to catch bluegills and crappies. What's your theory on that?
It's the presentation. Like, one, the spoon's nice because it gets down there fast in the deep water.
You got the weight.
Yep, you got the weight to shoot down there, but you entice the action to it. Like a jig, you pretty much just have an up and down action with the hook. With this, you got a swinging side to side, and that seems to be what triggers these late season ones a lot. You put a plain jig on and not have them touch it with bait. You put a spoon on and they hit it because of that little swinging treble. But sometimes this little treble with that bead on there, that'll get bit with no bait by crappies when they're on pretty good. Oh, there's crappies here, Larry.
Oh, finally. You just got to find their moms.
Crappie.
Oh, it is. That's a nice job. That's what we're looking for. All right.
They're down there.
Yep. Nice job. On the spoon again.
On the spoon with the worm.
Oh, there we go. Feels pretty good. Here we go. The sun is out, and I'll tell you what, finally, I simplified everything. I think a lot of it had to do with that storm that came through. I don't know if Nick caught that this morning right away, if you guys caught that, but had a bunch of lightning. We almost went back into the landing, and that really shakes up these fish. I'll tell you, especially when it comes to crappie fishing, they're extremely sensitive. It's been about 2 hours since that storm came past. Rick just caught a crappie. I just got this one. And again, game on. Oh, here we go. Just pounded it. That one really hit it hard.
Might be another one with them.
Yep. You know, basically, again, we've been going through the spectrum and again, kind of really thinking about how everything laid out this morning. Again, going back to that storm, all the thunder, lightning, rain, definitely drove them crappies right straight down to the bottom, and now they're starting to come back up on these cribs. And I'm just kind of simplifying, you know, everything I'm doing. Slowed it way down when I was using the shiver minnow, caught some on that. But now, you know, it's time to make hay. And so what I did is I basically just went to a tungsten jig, 32nd ounce, and basically just went to a 16th ounce because we're fishing a little bit deeper water. And that's the other part that we realized too, is that before we were fishing a lot of cribs in that 14 to 16 feet. Now we're out in this 22 to 23 feet of water. And definitely the fish are a lot more active on these deeper cribs. Looks like you got a tussler there, Rick.
Finally got a tussler. Been a little bit. Woo, he's pulling.
See, I can't wait to see what this one looks like. Crappie or gill?
Gill. Just spinning.
You and your gill.
Just a fighter.
You are a gill man. We'll talk about the shop, but let's talk about the guiding. Let's talk about the areas you guide and what kind of species you like to guide for.
Right here in western Wisconsin, it's mainly panfish. We do some bass, but it's mainly just guys wanting to go out fishing. We end up getting a little bit of everything though, walleyes, muskies, northerns, but it's mainly panfish that we do around here. I've been in business for 26 years and a lot of it's my old customers that sold their boats and stuff. I just started guiding and a lot of those guys are just repeat customers. I've got firearms, I've got fishing supplies, bait and tackle, carry bikes, canoes, kayaks.
Do you sell Vortex stuff?
Yes.
You are a Vortex dealer.
A Vortex dealer, yep.
That's awesome.
Oh, rock bass.
No, it's
Finished
time to
the
go.
day off.
That's the
Time to
sign.
go. Rock bass.
And I just caught a warmouth before that.
It's time to get out of here.
Time to head her back. Let's go to the shop and see what we can find out about this bull.
It's almost like the days when you had a Harley and you were waving to the guy on a bike. You see another warrior on the water, you just get a good feel.
First class, all the way from the people that ride them to the people that make them.
They do such a nice job with communication. They'll pick up the phone anytime. It's really almost a friendship.
You could be in any state, and when somebody with a warrior drives by you, you get that honk, that beep. You're truly part of a family, and there's nothing like it.
Introducing Forever Barnwood. Transform your space with the warmth and character of a genuine barnwood look. Forever Barnwood offers over 200 authentic barnwood products. We are commercial and food safe. Our products are available in unlimited quantities while still providing the consistency you need to complete large projects. All of this while still looking like it came out of a 100-year-old barn. Forever Barnwood. Bring the history inside.
Hey everybody, since we were done fishing, I brought my bow with me, and you know what, bow hunting's right here. I'm having a little issue with my bow. I pulled it out of the case, I'm practicing, and I'm just having a hard time consistently at 20 yards putting that in where I want it to be. So let's see if he can figure out and see what's wrong with it.
Tune a bow to see where they're starting right away. We gotta go place the arrow in there. You want that arrow to go directly through the center where that screw would go. Right through that buttonhole right there. You want that directly center and level. And then with this one, it has the center shot of where the bolt. This is where the center of the strings need to line, right in this groove.
Okay.
So you center your string up with that and then line that along with your arrow going, and that'll give you a rough guesstimate before you start shooting paper.
So we just shot the paper here, and I had a little bit of a left twist to it, right?
Yep.
So in that case, what did you do?
We had to move it to the left just a hair. Had a little bit of left hair. We're moving it to the left just a little bit to take it up. Try to get it way better.
Okay.
This was a customer the other day, his first couple shots
from
when he came in. So
yeah, that was really tearing her.
This is where he ended up, so that's pretty good.
So what causes this? It's just the alignment
process? The alignment.
So the arrow comes out, you guys just, if you're not a big bow hunter or you just have never paper shot your bow, what happens is this is a straight shot. You can see how it went through. This is what happens when it hits the target. It cocks the arrow like that. So what causes that?
Well, the first thing could be the arrow not having the right spine, correct spine in it.
Okay.
Anything maybe hitting, anything here, like I see this now that I didn't see earlier, the vein might be hitting the cable right here. So if we turn this just like that, now I see you're getting 100% clearance there.
Okay.
But then if this was too high, knock point too high, but all that you can minorly adjust with the rest once we get that dialed in. We know that you got the correct arrow. Everything else is really close, so we should be getting pretty close here on the next couple shots. That's a pretty good hole. It got pretty close to that one, but I think we got it. Let's try one. Let's move back a little bit. Now we're gonna drop back to 20. Try to lay that sucker right through here.
Okay.
Good.
Came through good.
Yeah, everything
felt good that time.
Yep.
Oh, that's perfect, right where you wanted me. Look how clean that is.
This is the last shot right there.
This was my first shot.
Yep.
See, you get a little bit of a tear going to the left, right?
Yep.
Yep. And this is my second.
This was your second shot.
Wasn't bad. And this is exactly what you want to see.
Yep, that was his third shot.
It's amazing that it did not take much of an adjustment to get that arrow back in there. When I started off hunting, it was duck hunting, then I got into bow hunting, and it's really been a passion thing for me. You know, and I say this quite a bit, the older I get, the more I really want to hunt, but the less I want to kill, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys can understand it or get that, but it's one of them kind of things where being out in the woods is definitely, it's one of the things that cleanses your mind, you know? It lets you kind of breathe, and it's just, I know it's hard to really explain the overall high that you get from being out in the woods and hunting or fishing and just being outdoors. And that's the part too, again, with the show that I hope you guys can feel when we film a show, that we do it for the fun of it. We do it for the enjoyment. And we're hoping that you guys, you know, learn something from the show each week. Also, today was another great day. And you know why it was a great day? Because I met a new friend again. And that's the part I love about the outdoors, Rick.
Dream come true fishing with Larry Smith.
Well, most people would say it's a nightmare, right? But hey,
I see how much fun you have on your shows. I knew it was going to be fun.
It's all about that. Hey, Rick, let's tell everybody if they want to do some guiding, how they can get a hold of you.
Yep, Russell Sport and Bike in Star Prairie. You can either call the store and they'll give you my cell phone, or we'll get a hold of you. We'll take your name, numbers down, and we'll get back to you and get set up for it.
And have a good time. Hey, I tell you what, like we do each and every week, we always want to thank all of our military men and women for the great service they have given this country and continue to give this country, along with all of our firefighters, paramedics, and no doubt all of our law enforcement agents. It is a great day to be alive, you guys, and thanks for joining us. It's a good fish. Oh, look at that. Oh, crappie!
Battling the sticks.
I'm a stick fisherman. Hey, Stinker, it's time to go. Hey, dude, we're not buying anything else. Now you're in the walleye department. No, what, you're done fishing walleyes? Where are you going now? Let's go, we gotta go. Dude, we gotta go. want a bike? You don't even know how to ride a bike. Dude, let's go. Tell everybody goodbye, right? It's time to go back.